does it mean to you when you hear a statement like, we have to meet people where they are, not where we wish them to be?
Wow. I think when I have capacity, it allows me to ask myself, where am I? Can I be honest with myself about where I am? Then I can see that somebody else and also give them the space to be honest with themselves about where they are and to accept that, okay, maybe where I am and where they are, it doesn't align fully right now, but it doesn't break our relationship. Maybe that is helpful. I think it's hard though, because we always hope that somebody else will see it the way we see it. So it takes a lot of work to experience what is the other person seeing. Why are they reacting in this way? Yeah. And also to take a step back and feel like, no, the way that they are reacting actually is not about me.
Yeah, what has trauma been teaching you about this idea of like parts and whole, and how should we work with each other?
Something that was very helpful for me was this way of understanding trauma and how it sits within each of us. Again, this statement could be very controversial. Somebody can think, what? I got no trauma, what? I am fine. But I find this definition personally helpful, so I'm just putting it out there as a possible perspective. So in this particular framework, it talks about how in all of us, there are the healthy parts of us. There are parts of us that have been traumatized, and trauma is seen as something that is happening to us that is too overwhelming, too much, too fast, too big. And there are also parts of ourselves that are trying to survive. And I thought what was so beautiful about this framework was that my lecturer was trying to explain to me that sometimes people see the survival parts as bad. But if we could understand that these survival parts or these survival habits are coming about because it helped us to survive a big trauma. Yeah. So it was useful for us at that time of helplessness or feeling overwhelmed. And it allowed us to get through this big crisis. But right now we are at a different stage of life. And maybe this habit is not so useful for us anymore. So, and in this healthy part of us, can we then acknowledge that and treat the parts of ourselves that are holding on to these survival habits with the gentleness to see that maybe it is less useful for us right now? It's time to release this old habit and to maybe think about if we can accept this part of ourselves, then what else could it bring us?
It reminds me of things that I've been learning as well about how it's very, very hard for anyone to change if they cannot have the faith that there is a part of them that is untouched by trauma in some sense, like that there are all of these things that happened to you and it does make you want to protect, defend, or do all kinds of things. And that does not always work out for you. And if you want to heal those parts or change some of those parts, you're not going to get there without believing that there is a part of you that's okay. You know, even as simple as that, it doesn't mean like there's a part of you that's perfect. It's just that there's a fundamental, deep part of you that is okay or even more than okay. And you need that platform of adequacy and self-worth and dignity to take a look at all the more dangerous parts of you. Yeah.
Recently, I was in a somatic therapy session. So somatic means working with the body. So my therapist was telling me that, this shame and embarrassment of yours that have that has shown up in our therapy session, it is welcomed. And when she said that, I immediately found my body, which was already all tensed up because I felt, this is very meta, right? I felt shame talking about my shame. So when she said that, okay, this shame is good. It is trying to protect you, can we sit with the shame for a moment? I felt my body relaxing. I felt myself thinking, let's not try to push it away because it's painful, but let's look at it, lor. Let's be with it for a while. Let's not try to fix it. And even this change of attitude, I mean, I didn't intend to change, but the acceptance allowed me capacity to see myself a little bit differently.
Yeah, it makes me see how important it is to make friends with the different parts of us, even if those parts are scary or difficult or dangerous. And if we can learn to sit with those parts of us and befriend them, understand them, accept them, then we have a better chance of doing it on the outside.
Yeah, with other people,
That's
with
right.
communities.
Yeah, because we can see that part of you, it lives in me too. Wow.